Hi guys, and welcome. This is Berke Creations podcast, and this is episode 3. This episode gonna be a more freestyle episode because of some technical issues. I couldn't finish to edit my third episode, and I had plans to talk about my finished Advent cardigan and new cast-ons, but I think I'm gonna schedule that for next week. So this episode I am just recording straight to the camera, and it will go up on YouTube as it is, without any editing, any cuts, any extra footage. So I was thinking, why not to try myself out, and why not to bring you guys also to this forest which is behind our homestead. This was one of my plans to just sit and knit in this forest and just relax a little bit, and maybe this way I can also talk to you guys more freely, and yeah, it's a good learning curve for me too. So, as I said, this is Berke Creations podcast, and you're watching episode 3, special episode where we sit and knit in the forest. My name is Sophie, with a Z, Zsófi in Hungarian, and I live in Transylvania. So, as I said, right now we are in the forest behind my or homestead, and I'm gonna talk a little bit about my life and about feral knitting, because right now I am knitting a colorwork project, and I am wearing a beautiful colorwork sweater. So. How should I start? How are you people? And thank you so much for all my viewers, all my subscribers, everybody who commented, who sends me nice, kind messages on Instagram or in the comments below. I am so happy that even with the 2 episodes, I could reach some people, and they take the time to reach out to me and to encourage me, to tell me they enjoy what I do. I know they are still not that perfect that I envisioned it in the beginning, but I decided this year of all this recording and podcasting, all this YouTube stuff, it's gonna be more like a learning curve. So it's not on focused how much views or how much subscribers I get, but more focused on my ability to record and to edit and to speak to you guys in a focused way, in a more accurate way, so that the vision that I have in my mind and the pictures that I have in my mind, I can translate into real life. And I'd like to show you my little world as I see it, and what I am interested in. So yes, I could talk about also what I envision for this channel, because I called it Creations, and I have in mind to document so much more. Like, our plan was to move into our homestead by now, but this doesn't happen. But the podcasting still can start. So I want in the future to have a segment about gardening, about cooking in Transylvania, about edible flowers. And of course, from fiber arts, weaving, and natural dyeing, so all this stuff. But right now we have our knitting, and for sure you are already curious about or you know already what I'm wearing. This is the Arboreal sweater from Jennifer Steingass. This is actually the first colorwork yoke sweater that I bought on Ravelry, but I don't know if it's the first that I made. It doesn't matter. It's still one of the first ones that I made, and I'm very proud of it. It's knitted in Lèttlopi yarn. I even made a very beautiful swatch, and I have it here with me. Let me show you. So this is the swatch I knitted in Lèttlopi, and I started with blues and different shades of blues and different shades of green. I like Lèttlopi yarn so much because even the swatch looks beautiful. It bounds together beautifully. It's not wonky, and I knitted this swatch in around and secured at the ends and cut it. So after knitting the swatch, I decided I was just gonna go with green shades in the leaf motif. So you can see, maybe I can just show you on the swatch too. I had 3 kind of greens in here. Yeah, 3 shades of green Lèttlopi yarn. I don't know exactly the names, but some of them it's like moss or heathery moss, pine. I'm not sure about the names, I'm sorry. But you know by now that I am not so much focused on this podcast about the yarn, but more about, I guess, the aesthetics or nature. Yeah, I'm sorry if I'm rambling. So this is like a really rough take without editing, and probably I will ramble and roll my eyes a lot, but please bear with me. So as I said, it's all in Lèttlopi yarn, and I decided for the cuffs and also for the hem just knit a garter stitch in this green. I'm happy with it. I don't know if maybe it looks a little bit strange, like sticking out. I have leaves everywhere, but I am happy with this kind of cuff for this sweater. So Lèttlopi, of course, many of you know, it's an Icelandic yarn from the Icelandic sheep, which is like very warm but also toothy and rustic, because it has also this long fibers which are sticking out. But for the homesteading life and for walking in the forest and being outdoors, I think it's a great wear. We currently in Transylvania finally have a beautiful sunny day. We had fog for all week long, and the temperatures might be around 7 degrees Celsius, but I only have this sweater and 1 layer underneath, and I am, if not toasted, but I am very happy with it. So I was thinking to take out my knitting and just knit while I talk. Maybe this will relax me more and relax you guys even more, and we could do this together. Currently I am knitting on my birthday cast on. Maybe somebody of you knows this. This is the Nightfall cardigan, or Skumring, by Skeindeer Knits, and I had this in my queue for 2 years now, and finally I cast it on the 9th of November on my birthday, and I decided this is gonna be one of my Christmas sweaters, so I hope I can finish by the middle of December. I just finished the yoke. So it's knitted in a round colorwork cardigan, and it has a stick in the middle, as you can see. I finished the yoke motif, and right now I am knitting the short rows in the back. It requires 6 shades of blue or any other color, but it's like a 6 fade cardigan. And the yarn I'm using is this yarn. Sorry if I cannot make it focus, but you get the idea. It's also very rustic yarn. It's Lithuanian wool. It's 100% wool, non-superwash, rustic, a little bit tooty, but not that tooty like the Icelandic yarn. And I ordered from Etsy. Yeah, I think it's Lithuania, not Latvia. Yeah, Lithuania. And they have like so many colors, really. Like I ordered all the blues possible, and I just put together a fade for myself. So let's see how it will work. I knitted the colorwork section on 3.5mm needles, but now when I am knitting just stockinette back and forth, I switched to 3mm needles, and I don't know, I'm curious if this will block out and it will look even. If not, I have to figure something out, because I really want this to be a beautiful cardigan. So yes, that's what I'm knitting on. Maybe you can tell me what you are knitting on. And you can tell me in the comments if you like me to talk sometimes like this freely, and just a little bit rambling and sitting somewhere outside. If you hear other noises, that's because life is happening down there. It's in the valley. It's our house and our neighbor's house, and people like to spend the weekend here. Not many people live permanently here, but they like to spend the weekend. Like we have this style where everybody is in a town or in a village, but they have weekend houses scattered around in the area. So they have a little wood house, and they go there on the weekends and barbecue and maybe sleep there. And of course you can hear the dogs barking. They are very useful because we have a lot of bears in this forest. My partner, he lives here because he's working on the house, and so he has more time and doesn't have to drive so much. So he lives here to work on the house, and very often he saw the bear coming even into our property. Our property is not that big. It's like 1 hectare. It's like, I don't know, in America it's like 2.5 acres perhaps, but correct me if I'm wrong. So yeah, let me tell you the story why I decided to try to become a homesteader. So I always remember, I always think, when I think about my journey so far in life, I think about the journey of Odyssey, because I went so far from home for 15 years. I went all around Europe. I worked in as soon as I decided I'm leaving the university, I was studying medicine, and after the first year, I realized I couldn't become a dentist or a doctor because I'm just really don't like blood, couldn't handle blood and all the anatomy classes, and I just wanted to be free. So when I was 19, I left home, I left my country, and I worked in Germany and Austria, in Hungary, and actually I lived in Budapest for 7 years. And I loved living there. I really enjoyed living in a big city. And yeah, even went to Iceland a couple of times. I really loved that country. Who doesn't? And when I turned 30, I realized that I still feel empty. I don't know what I want to do. I didn't find that thing that could hold my attention for doesn't matter how long, that thing that you love so much that you forget about time, you forget about everything, something that full that is like a fuel for you, for your soul. And